How's it going, guys? Welcome to the TwoPennyGames Piggy Bank, favorite casual gaming podcast with my casual gaming buds. My name is Phil, your host for this show that we do every Monday afternoon Central Time over here on twitch.tv/2pennygames. Of course, if you can't catch us live, you can catch us every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time over on youtube.com/@2pennygames every Saturday. Every Saturday. Everyone. Of course, I'm not by myself here. I'm here with two of my best friends in the whole world, one of them being Mr. Connor Elliott.
The way you said that made it seem like we're not here every Saturday. Is there days where we miss a video drop? No, because we're the Two Penny Games cast, and we never miss a thing.
I mean, it's happened before. Of course, across the table from him, we've also got Tavin Bothel.
Hello, what's poppin', players? How we doing this
Why
week?
didn't you, you didn't affirm me? You didn't say I was right. Are you saying we don't always deliver?
I don't know. I mean, if I take like one sick day or a vacation day, things just don't happen, or if I'm just busy, with like real life things, like things just don't happen.
I think that only happened once, and then you keep riding the coattails on that.
Once.
Yeah. When was the other time? I can't remember. I was indisposed as well. Bad internet.
Refresh our memory.
See, when someone laughs like that, they don't have anything. Well, they might have something, but they forgot. Because it's not really that big.
I know it's happened probably 2 or 3 times.
No more than 2.
No, definitely at least 3.
It's
2 or 3 happened, it's probably happened like 7 to 8 times.
And now look at this guy lying on his teeth.
Wow, you're just adding more and more times.
It's like the amiibos, the Shovel Knight amiibos.
Listen, just because
which there are 7.
Just because
5.
2 dozen times you guys have dropped a ball doesn't mean that I can't depend on you.
Just because there was all the times you're making up besides the maybe 2 times it's happened.
3? What did you say? 3?
There's been
you keep on flashing the 3.
Listen, it's been happening. It's happened as many times as I have amiibo.
So he's lying about this too.
Funny. Because
all 3 are on screen right now.
You've got that Solid Snake, you've got Cloud Strife, you've got 2 different Shovel Knights, one of them being Blue Shovel Knight, one of them being the Golden Shovel Knight, another one being King Knight, you have Plague Knight, you have Spectre Knight.
The video
you got a lot of amiibos.
The video evidence would beg to differ.
The video evidence would prove.
You mean the TikTok that proves that you have more than those 3?
I don't know what you're talking about. I only got the 3.
Give it up.
Well, at the time I only had 2 because I had a Solid Snake
I'm not going to give it up because the video evidence is on my side. Tavin just loves to keep this bit going as long as possible.
Do you guys see more than 3 amiibo? I'll let you know when I buy a 4th. I don't know what would make me want to buy a 4th.
You see, Tavin's a big
I really
fan.
want Sora.
Maybe a Doom guy. Huh? Maybe a Doom guy if they make a Doom guy one.
They're not.
They won't.
Tavin,
I really want Sora.
I know you're a big fan of Donald Trump and his policy.
What a left.
Yeah,
his policy.
Make your own reality.
Yeah, exactly. Never admit you're wrong. So I understand what you're doing, Tavin. If it's worked for him, I guess it could work for you.
Did you watch the Apprentice from last year?
What?
The movie? The movie starring Sebastian Stan?
No. I thought he meant the actual show. I was like, what are you talking about?
No.
No, I didn't.
I heard it was very good.
Well, I mean, he learned that whole philosophy from Roy Cohn.
Roy Cohn, another billionaire who's probably dead now.
I don't know what
he is most definitely dead.
About never admitting you lie.
Roy Cohn was a attorney in New York that he took Donald Trump under his wing.
Makes more sense than an attorney would give that advice.
Mm-hmm. He's also secretly gay.
An attorney would also tell you to shut the fuck up.
Huh?
An attorney would also tell you to shut the fuck up.
He would.
Not like that though. Not verbatim. He would use a lot of legalese, a lot of fancy talk.
Don't incriminate yourself by delivering a statement to the police. Say that.
Yeah.
And you could kind of just apply that.
Exercise your right to remain silent.
I thought you were going a tariff angle with the amiibo thing, and I went to, that's why I lifted them up to like check where they're made. They're made in China.
Yep.
Yep.
Have fun paying more for them now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've got the only 3 that I ever wanted. So
7.
No Falco, huh? Don't respect your original character.
No, because I'm not really like a Star Fox guy. I just liked how I like how Falco plays in Smash Brothers.
He's got no Donkey Kong. Yeah.
I miss how he played in Brawl, though. He played best in Brawl.
Yeah.
Falco did?
Yeah.
It's the only way he could win because people would trip up.
It's definitely not why. It's definitely not why. It's definitely because I was better than you. But then you had to go and buy yourself a whole 3DS so you could keep training, keep practicing.
Hey, nothing was stopping you.
Even then, I was still on your ass. It wasn't really until you really cheated and started playing a bunch of fighting games and shit to where I was like, oh, okay.
I think you're just trying to come up with excuses.
You say that. We can kick Connor's ass in Smash. It's not that big a deal. We can kick his ass.
Together you can, yes. One-on-one.
No, or solo.
Sounds like a test.
Okay.
I'll abide by that test. I'll do it.
Okay.
Pick Cloud up, pick Ike up. Someone with a sword.
It's crazy that Phil thinks he's in this conversation. Because let's be honest.
So Tavin thinks he's in it too. Sounds like something has to be settled. I have no problem with it. I know how it's going to end up. It's really a debate between who's better between you two.
If it's 1v1 versus like Connor, as in like me versus Connor or Phil versus Connor, we do 10 games. The record would be Connor wins every time. Against me, it's 6-4. Against Phil, it's 7-3.
That's not true.
You're right. It's probably 8-2.
No, it's not true.
He's just saying things. Just ignore him.
He's just being an a-hole.
It's funny how like you're just like trying to be as like non-committal as possible because you know you would do these numbers.
No, it's not true. I would actually destroy Connor. I'm not gonna lie.
Again, we'll have to find out.
Phil, you are definitively the third here.
That is not true.
Definitively the third.
See,
You're
again,
wildly
all
incorrect.
of this is just empty talk until it's backed up.
It's backed up by the years of playing Smash with Phil. Phil's definitively third here.
This is a new year, though. 2025.
A new year?
Yeah.
We haven't played Smash Ultimate outside of his bachelor party.
So new year.
There you go.
It was like 6 months ago, yeah.
So suddenly, all of the skill changes will happen.
We never did it one-on-one.
We also wasn't like a real thing because we never like played one-on-ones at my bachelor party.
I lost a lot of those games.
He sure did.
Yeah, because so many enemies on screen. People, he would
very often SV though. Like most of the deaths you had were self-inflicted. So you're just bad.
Some of the characters, not all of them. How do you remember? You know what? I actually don't believe you even remember it that well. I think you're just.
I remember that night pretty well.
Well, you would know that you're the. Well, actually, I can't even say that. I'm not going to go.
I wasn't exactly.
Nobody blacked out that night, so it's.
I wasn't exactly blackout drunk. Yeah.
Nobody was. No. Again, we'll have to test it.
I was pretty drunk and then relatively hungover the next day, but
I don't really get hungover, just in general.
So. Please.
Mm-hmm. Like one time in like over 2 years recently, getting on my level, you know.
All right.
Pretty good at drinking.
Phil,
I was. Well, before that, I was gonna say like I was kind of disappointed because I was thinking about it. I wish we played more like no drinking and driving Mario Kart that night. I wish we had done that a little more, but because those are fun because you like have a drink at the start of the race, but you have to finish your drink before the end of the race, but you can't drive and drink at the same time. It's fun. Anyway, yeah, of course, this is the Piggy Bank podcast, our casual game podcast, where we come together every week and we talk about our week in games. We talk about games we played, what we've been playing lately, what we hope to play in the coming weeks. We sometimes have little discussion topics, just about general video game topics. Sometimes we play mini games and we compete with one another. We're doing a little bit of all that today. Starting with what we've been playing this week. I've been playing some Doom the Dark Ages because we have not hopped back into Castle Crashers lately. I think we've all been pretty busy.
Oh yeah. Well, some of us, you know.
Two out of the three of us have been really
some
busy.
of us have things to do, you know.
Well, I got things to do.
Yeah.
Just some of those things
are
video games.
Yeah, I also jumped into Doom the Dark Ages, did a short I did a stream where I did my first, I think like 2 hours, got through the first 3 chapters of it. I like it. It's good. I think it's in my opinion, it's pretty clearly like a step down from what we got from the last 2 games. I think, as always, a lot of the guns still feel good. The movement, for the most part, still feels good. But I think their change from more movement-based combat scenarios to this stand and fight thing that they're doing is a mixed execution for me. I'm a mixed bag on it because it does feel good, but it doesn't feel like it's clear what if you die, what you did wrong. Now, to be fair, I am playing on Nightmare, which is like the hard mode of the game, but I've played every Doom on that mode. Never really had problems. I'm having like issues where I'm dying and I don't know why I'm dying. That's the key point. Every other Doom, when I die, I know why I died.
Well, that's because those games operate the exact same, so you're more used to it. This is like you picking up a new game and playing the
They
harder
don't operate
difficulty.
the exact same, though.
What?
No.
Close enough. You move fast, Go fast.
I mean, you move fast in both of them, but you move fast in Doom Eternal also.
No, you're not as fast.
I mean, no, not as fast, but again, I'm in the first 3 chapters, so like I'm sure like I don't have a double jump. I'm sure a double jump is coming, or I would assume a double jump is coming.
I haven't gotten one yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ, maybe not that.
You're tank. You already fly a dragon. You want to be able to double jump now?
Yes. I also think level design is still good, just not as good. Like, just not as complex, or just, like, structurally not as interesting. The most interesting level I played was... the first level is, like, really big open areas. The second level was more confined in a facility like you would expect a Doom game to be, and that level was much better than the first level.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did one of the ones in the giant mech, and that was just okay.
No,
you talk about stand and fight. I don't get that. I'm not standing still in this game at all.
I mean, I'm not standing
moving.
still because, like, that's I don't even think that's possible. Like, you got to move. You got to use it. You're using your shield bash. You got to use the
no.
But like, there's a
Dark Side Phil would beg to differ.
Okay.
He knows.
But there's a definitive.
DSP.
I can't believe he's making the circulations again. I was watching him fail at Metal Gear at like 12 years old.
Oh yeah, I know.
Here I am. 14
Specifically
years
Metal Gear
later.
Solid 2, yeah.
How not to
All of
play
them. He
Metal
fucked
Gear
up on
Solid.
all of them.
Oh, I only know about the big highlight. Oh, the big lowlights from Metal Gear Solid 2, like on the tanker.
Never watched those
Yeah,
videos.
I saw. Yeah, him in 1 was real bad. Anyways, no, I mean, like, you're moving. Like, you got to be moving. It's not like you're just sitting there, like, picking them off from a distance or anything. But there is, a little bit of that with some of the smaller guys or so forth. Especially now, I will say this game has the best, like, plasma rifle of any of the 3 games.
The
The
accelerator.
plasma rifle in this game is fucking bananas.
Yeah.
And, Phil, I don't know about you. Maybe you would agree or disagree. Like, investing in the shield with your upgrade tokens as early as possible feels the way to go.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Because you get a move, there's a lot of enemies with shields now,
Yeah.
and the idea is that, like, you bash into them or move around them and get some, like, melee hits off or something like that. There's a move where eventually they bring out, like, the plasma shields, energy shields, essentially, which, like, function differently than just normal shields. And if you get the move, you can eventually, like, throw your shield like Captain America, right? And if you get the move where if it hits one of these energy shields, it bounces to other enemies and so forth, might be the most overpowered move in the game. Like, and I'm early, but like every time I do it, I'm like, oh, everything's dead now.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I combo that with there's another upgrade you'll get further down the line, which extends the range like of the saw blade. It's like it's like a huge fucking disc that you're just tossing and slicing people in half. It's great.
It's one of those things where, like, it's the, like, risk reward of, like, it does crazy damage and kills a lot of the lower level enemies immediately, or it, like, stuns. It gets stuck in big enemies and stuns them and allows you to output a bunch of damage on them really quickly. But you are, of course, without your defense now. So it's that risk reward, and that's the whole thing with me about the shield is every single enemy does projectile damage now. Like, all of them do it. And so it just and they'll all do it at the same time. So it just leads to, like, just this mass of different colored orbs going at you all at once. And yes, bullet hell is the idea. I don't think it works in Doom.
There's another like the assault rifle. You can get an upgrade where if you shoot at an enemy that has your shield stuck in them, it'll ricochet bullets into other enemies.
That one's on my short list of ones to get.
Really, really good.
Yeah, because I'm throwing my shield at everything. So, like, that just seems like my instant meta of, like, oh, you throw the shield, you win. Got it. They've also got this, like, cool melee system now. Instead of the chainsaw, you get you start out with 3 punches. I did see that you could get it to 4, but you get, like, these, like, 3 power punches that really, really fuck up enemies, which are solid. And then they're on recharges, and you can get them back by doing other moves and so forth. And those are solid. it's not worth subbing out the glory kills.
Yeah.
Like, the glory kills are so missed here.
There's something really interesting about that. Like for my melee, I have the flail now. And so that's been a lot of fun. It just recharges slower than the punches. But what I was going to say is they're not necessarily even subbing out the glory kills, because it seems like glory kills are more contextual in this game. Like they're not.
It can happen to some of the big enemies, but whereas opposed to the last 2 games where you could glory kill everything.
Yeah.
So like, you're right. It's more contextual where like at the end of a combat segment, the big enemy will spawn and you'll get the chance to do a glory kill on him. But it's not some.
I'm not even referring to just that.
Okay.
I'm afraid, like, literally, it was like a classic Doom glory kill where, like, I literally jump on this guy's head and stomp him out. Like, it does the thing where, like, the camera changes and, like, hovers down and he's, like, laying on the ground and you fucking stomp him. That's happened, like, 2 or 3 different times. Like, and there's no context that, like, there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's nothing that's telling me, hey, you can do a glory kill here other than, like, what I've already been doing.
It's not a key
but it's
pillar.
like, it's,
Sorry.
yeah.
Like, I just don't, like, it's not really a thing, though. Like, even if it happens a few times throughout the game, like, it's not a mechanic that you can do and replicate and do again.
Right. And I agree with you. I miss the glory kills also, but it's weird that they're still here, but not
here.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. In that sense, yes. But they're gone and they've been traded out for this melee system, which I just generally think is just not as good. Especially with like, I think it's supposed to be like the balance of like the tougher enemies. So like the melee like kind of balances out their larger health pools. But a lot of these tougher enemies are more dangerous up close. So if you move up to punch them, you're likely going to get snacked on a little bit because they're giant beasts or whatever. So I don't know. I like it. I'm going to play it all the way to the end. But this is not like I think both 2016 and Doom Eternal are 10 out of 10 video games. This one I think drops a couple notches.
I haven't played Eternal. Maybe it's just because like it's the recency bias and it's like a newer game is newer. But I'm liking it more than not by a wide margin, but I'm liking it more than my time with 2016.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. I think there's not a wide margin, but I think there's a sizable gap between what we have now and what we used to have. A lot of it for me is the level design. The combat, yes, that I've already talked about in the different ways. I don't like the bullet hell leanness of this one. I feel like I'm dying and I don't know why. I'm dying fast as fuck and I don't know why. But for me, like, each level in 16 and Eternal are puzzles. Like, in the sense of, like, fully exploring them and figuring out all the secrets and so forth. All that's still here. It's a lot more like, oh, just go around the corner and it's right there. Like, as opposed to, fuck, how do I get to that room? I don't know how to get to that room. Oh, I got to flip this switch. Oh, that opens up this platform. Oh, okay. Like, it's so far, that could change. But so far, it's just a lot of, yeah, okay, yeah, I see the hallway that I just need to turn down to get to. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
It gets a little, like, it doesn't get, like, a lot more complicated than that, but there are more complicated ones where, like, you have to throw the shield at, like, a buckle that you wouldn't necessarily see through. You have to, like, look up and, oh, that's where you shoot something you throw your shield at, or you, like, there's those, I think I introduced it to you already, but, like, you can throw your shield at, like, a green drippy thing on the ceiling, and then you'll, like, do, like, a shield.
I hate those.
Pull and, like, jump yourself or whatever. Yeah. It is what it is on that.
It's weird. I do like the climbing up the wall thing. That they do, the little like orange scratchy walls, and you climb up the wall.
Marks,
I like those. I wish there was more control over it because I have accidentally climbed up the wall a time or two and been like, oh fuck, no, get me down. But it just forces you to go all the way up. They do have this really cool thing, Connor, where if you jump off any big ledge, and these are all like contextual, pretty much scripted moments. Yeah. If you jump off a big ledge, when the Doom guy lands, the fucking floor explodes and just like wipes out anybody who's below you and so forth. It's 100% like we 100% intend you to do this, but it's not a mechanic. It's just a thing that just keeps happening, but I love it every time it happens. It feels so good.
I imagine
it's a big superhero landing moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to playing it.
Again, I like it. It's good. It's like I'm sounding down. I'm sounding down on it, but that's because I hold Doom to a higher standard than what they currently are giving.
Right now, I'm not. I think things will change on my list, but right now it's hovering right above Mario Kart World for me.
That makes sense. From what I've heard about Mario Kart World. Also, they've got more focus on story this time. I'm still early, so I'm still going to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not interested in what is being presented to me. Phil, I don't know if that changes.
I'm the same level of interest that I am. I'm like, hey, just let me get back to killing these fucking demons.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's fine when they're shorter cutscenes, but some of the cutscenes, like, last a couple of minutes, and I'm like,
yeah,
you know, where I need to, you know, scratch my itch. I need, you know,
there's a couple of look at your watch moments.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And so.
Not to the same level of like an MGS4, obviously, but
no. But like,
yeah.
there are times where I'm like, no, like you're meaning in terms of length.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think anything ever goes above maybe
5 minutes,
maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, but like, you know, when it starts crossing that 3-minute mark, I'm like, all right, can we like fucking get back to the point of why I'm here, please? But there are some small, interesting story arcs that I'm like, oh, that's an interesting idea. I can't wait to see when this pays off. I don't want to give any spoilers.
I love the idea. I love the idea that the Slayer is just this fucking souped up dude that just fucking hates demons.
Yeah.
He just fucking hates demons. And like when the makers are like holding on to him, it's like, yeah, you know, we got rid of everything except for his hatred for demons. Yeah. And it's just like him standing there and like there's like a map that has the demons like closing in on this area, and he's just like he's just like
he's
shaking.
Ready to go. Yeah. They do have this thing going on, and I'll go ahead and say that this is what's interesting to me is the thing of like the makers, which are like I don't know
gods.
What they are, the gods like aliens, of this world or whatever. They've got like a leash on the Doomslayer right now. They're like mind controlling him or something. Like there's like a clear like we are in control of him thing, and you just know that's gonna come off. And when that comes off, ooh, I'm gonna kill me some makers, baby.
But it's really cool like that he is essentially like this super weapon that the makers just launch, you know? And it's like launching the Slayer now.
It's 100% like the humans and demons are at war.
Yeah.
And every time that the humans start being on the back foot, they just send the Doomslayer in and he fixes it. I'm like, all right, this is neat.
That's unfair for the demons.
And like the humans are like they know that he's there to kill the demons, but like they're scared of him. So like stay away from him. Stay out of his way.
He's like 7 feet tall and like just massive, and they're like, ah.
Just fucking trudging through the halls of this castle. Like
good sense of scale in this game. Like, because you look at normal humans and they're small, and then you know you're looking at the demons and you go, oh, they're bigger than me, so that must be quite big. And then when you get into the mech and everything suddenly is super tiny, you're like, got it, cool. This is cool. You know,
you're like the Doom guy or Doomslayer is essentially the size of like what would be this mech's nose. And it's very
probably even smaller.
Yeah.
The mech is a little too rock'em sock'em robots for me.
It's a little it's very simple, like kind of the game of this mech.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the spectacle for what it is. But it's very very skin deep.
Yeah.
You know.
I had hoped that we would have a little more strategy to it. It's just crazy to me that we have not had better mech combat than Titanfall. How has that not happened yet? But you know,
you haven't gotten to the dragon yet. The dragon is interesting. I would say I'm slightly disappointed in the dragon combat.
This is one of those weird things that sequels can do. Sequels are weird, right, Connor? We had a brief discussion of this on I think last week's Gamescast, where you always want to give the benefit of the doubt to a sequel that, hey, we're going to learn our lessons. We're going to do something better that we didn't do so well the first time. But it can also swing the other way where they go, we don't want to do you either are doing the exact same thing that you did the first time, a la like a Horizon Forbidden West, where we were like, it's just more Horizon. That's not really interesting to us. Or we go this route with Doom the Dark Ages, where we swap things out to change things up. And we're taking big swings by changing things up, but it gives you the risk of, but this isn't why I'm here, or this isn't as good as what we had before. You know, so it's making a sequel is tricky. So I appreciate the swings. I like the swings that they're doing, but they could have Doom 2016'd me to death, and I would never get tired of it.
Yeah.
You been playing anything special, Connor?
Play the new thing.
Connor, what are you playing?
I beat last night Elden Ring Night Rain.
Ooh.
I beat the final, the Night Lord, after beating all of the other Night Lords. I guess.
Wow.
I beat the Night Lord as opposed to the Night Lords. I'm still going to spend a little bit more time in it because there's each individual character has their own little personal quests that you go on, and I haven't done those yet. So I'll see what those have to, what those entail. But 25 hours, 22 hours, I want to say, was my final time. So size of an Elden Ring DLC and the same price for
That's honestly, yeah, that's not anything to sneeze at for like what was a $40 game, right?
Yeah. And to be honest, in my case, I was getting like in subsequent runs, I was killing Night Lord after Night Lord after Night Lord. I had infected 4 of them in a row. And they were two of them were ones I had lost to before, and the other 2 I'd fought for the first time and beat the first time, especially thanks to my teammates. And so I was kind of kicking them out after a certain point, beating my head against the wall, dying to these bosses the first time around. But
these are randoms you're playing with, or?
Yep, randoms. And it's been funny because the experience I've seen other people have online is mixed. Some people say it's one of the best online communities they played with. Other people talk about how they've done 10 games in a row, and out of all of those 10 games, 7 of them had players that just left. In my case, I'm in the former camp, where it's one of the best online communities I've played with. I've had, in all of my games, 3 that left, and 2 of those we still beat the boss. No, 1 of those we still beat the boss, one of them being the final boss that I did last night. And it was more connection issues than them just leaving. So, a lot of the times I get people in that, we work well together, we all go to the same locations, we help each other out, and, without a single word being spoken, which is not a good thing, but it's a good thing in the context of when I'm playing the game, but as game design goes, not so much.
Yeah.
But, I might do a review for it next week, depending on how
they've got like
go.
There's like a ping system or like a mark on the map, we're going this direction.
Yeah, and that's how we always kind of knew where we were going, because someone would say, let's go here. And they'd always be it's pretty much like the first person to put a pin down is followed. And so it's kind of goes that way.
Who's the pin maker?
I'm usually just following people because I'm fine with anyone.
I believe you're listen, I know you're not the pin maker.
Yeah. Some people, I'll often go off and do my own thing if I want some upgrade materials and they aren't interested in getting it. But for the most part, I just, follow around, hang out with the group.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
He's not the IGL.
Not the IGL.
The in-game leader.
In-game. I am not. I'm the in-game reliable IGR.
I want to play more Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, man. It has not left my console.
It's still there?
Yep.
No, I mean, it's not leaving mine.
Well, it will eventually.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
One day.
I'm not a brokey working off of a barely 1 terabyte hard drive on their PlayStation, So
all you need sometimes.
Imagine being that guy.
Being that guy.
It's all you need sometimes.
Well, then you got me and Tavin, who's got probably a good chunk of everything we would even want to play ever on our console at all times.
So many I'll play that one-day games on my PlayStation. Never touched them. They've been there for years.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Shout out Republic Commando. That's a small game, though. It's a very small game.
Figured you would like that,
right.
too.
I played the opening level. It seemed good.
Let's just hop right into our first minigame. Connor, what do you got for us?
I got 20 questions. Everybody has played 20 questions, ideally, in their life. But for those,
you were kind of doing before you started introducing. You were kind of doing the Matthew McConaughey Wolf of Wall Street.
He was trying to get my the phlegm outside of my chest. But
yeah, I get you.
I'm going to have 20 questions for video games to have these guys ask me to guess a video game. And they could chirp in and use one of their questions to ask what game it might be. But of course, they might be wrong and have no benefit whatsoever, other than knowing that specific game is not up for grabs.
Borderlands 4 PS5 standard / super deluxe up for pre-order on Amazon $69.99.
Yep, $70 for the regular one.
There we go. That's good, at least.
There was conversation that it was going to go $80, so
which would have been stupid. Borderlands.
For a Borderlands game, yeah, it's hard to justify $80 for Borderlands.
Depends on how content rich this game is. Like if it was to the level of what Borderlands 2 was at the end of its timeline, or like where Borderlands 3 was at the end of its timeline, where it's got all this extra content, I would probably go for it. But
it's not about the amount of content, because I always feel that Borderlands are content-rich games. It's the quality of the content. Like I don't always feel like quality is up to par with content.
Let's see I forget how many extra like stories they had in 3. There was a solid like 3 of them that were actually pretty good that I enjoyed. I liked the Handsome Jack Casino DLC. I liked the Western DLC, and I liked the one where it was Hammerlock and Jacob's wedding. That was a good one too. So
20 questions.
20 questions.
20 questions.
You guys get the guesses. You guys get the rules. So just hit the ground running, Tavin Bothel.
Is this game from a Western development studio?
No.
It's a game, right?
It is a video game,
okay.
Yes.
Is this game an RPG?
No.
Not a Western, not an RPG.
Not a Western, not an RPG.
Okay. Is this game Japanese?
Yes.
Okay. Is
it's
this
not Stellar Blade,
game?
It's not Stellar Blade.
Right. Yeah, because that's Korean, right?
Yes. Yeah. Korean's on fire right now.
Mudong, 2 hearts.
Kicking ass. Is that what it's called?
Is this?
Yep. Two souls, 2 hearts, 2 souls. 2 hearts, I think.
I think it's 2 hearts.
Yeah. Had something on your tip.
This game an action game? Because like I don't know. I can say I can be a little more specific. I don't know.
Yes.
Like yes, it is.
Yes, it is an action game.
Okay.
Now, I will say, I did do the part. So,
okay.
Is this game from Capcom?
No.
I was gonna say something like God Hand or something.
I would say that's action.
Yeah, it's definitely action.
That's 100%.
Is this game? Does this game star a male protagonist?
Yes.
He paused there, which was interesting.
Which makes me think that it could be like you could have a choice or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then it's not an RPG, you know.
Japanese, not Capcom, not yes, action with a
pause.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Pause.
Not an RPG.
With the male protagonist, also asterisk.
Also possibly asterisk. Asterisk?
Asterisk, yes.
Like an asteroid, but it's a risky asteroid.
You say?
Yeah, that's an asterisk.
Is this game from the 2000s?
Good question.
Let me be more specific with that.
Yeah,
question.
please.
Is this game from 2000 to like 2010?
No.
Okay.
Is this game from between the years 2011 and 2020?
The funny thing is, I just double checking. I'm not gonna have the fucking moment where you're like, well, actually, no.
Oh, so it's either
so you said 2011 to 2020.
Yeah, so we've eliminated the years 2000 to 2020.
If he had to check, that means it is in the last like 4 years. Is what I would assume.
That's fair. Yeah. Post 2020 world.
Question number 9.
Post pandemic.
Not Capcom. Is this a Square Enix game?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Tavin, I'm sorry. It's not Forspoken.
It's not.
Damn it. That's an RPG, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
It's like an action RPG, but yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them like open worlds. You have an upgrade tree, but is it an RPG?
Maybe it has RPG mechanics.
Yeah, but every game has that now.
Right. Ooh. Is this game Sonic Frontiers?
No.
Dude.
That'd be funny.
Imagine.
Is this a Sega game?
No.
Oh, okay.
At this rate, I'm ignoring the big publisher, Phil, for just to be ignorant.
Well, I'll ask it then. Is this game from Nintendo?
No. Not Nintendo.
Who'd you say?
Storm.
Ah.
Tavin's at the same time. He thinks he can guess this game while also writing out the other characters that will come up in a minigame later. But Tavin, I mean, your brain power is being split right now.
Even if it wasn't, I would have forgotten about Storm. What other fucking publishers are there?
We've got one more. Well, I mean, It's a developer, not necessarily a publisher, but
The From Software game?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna guess.
RPG.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but like
I wouldn't call Sekiro
Armored
an
Core.
RPG.
Armored Core. I wouldn't call an RPG.
That is true. You're right, Phil. But Tavin, Sekiro came out in 2018. 19?
Oh, yeah, the year
2019
thing.
2019.
Yes,
the year thing. Yeah, I forgot about the year thing. Phil?
Guess 11.
What's
14.
What's another fucking Eastern?
I'm at it. I'm at it. It's Japanese specifically. Like, and I'm just out.
Yeah.
I'm sure they exist, but I just can't. I'm at a point where I'm like, now it's just like a matter of like.
So I'm gonna double back now.
Here we go.
You're going to get a response of like, come on, but it's super hyper specific.
Oh,
it's not a hard line. No,
it's not an own. It's
this
from
game,
one of these publishers, but it's not from a developer owned.
Is
by
it
that publisher.
not even really that? It's even more hyper.
Is this game?
So I'll double back real quick. It on Sega it is, but again, hyper. I wouldn't have known this.
What?
Unless I looked it up specifically.
Then that gets rid of what I was about to say.
So what I'm trying to say is, when you think Sega, don't think Sega games like the way you would think of when you want to say Sega. Make sense?
Yeah. Bless you.
I'm doing this more on a technicality. It's probably confusing.
I mean, I guess Atlas just popped into my head, but Sega.
Yeah, but that's all
Atlas,
RPGs.
Right? Yeah, that's my thing about it.
Again, I wouldn't. This is more for like okay, well, yeah, technically they're involved in publishing, but not in a way where you're going to be
You're aware RGG Studios is Sega, yeah?
It is.
RGG is Sega.
They're Sega.
Is that your guess?
No, it's not. It's me telling you, Connor, that they are.
Tavin's just trying to find ways to.
No, it's me telling you, Connor, that I think you fucked up with the.
No,
RGG,
it's nothing about that. You're going off in another direction.
Okay.
But now I gave you an answer in a way, so you're kind of cheating, frankly.
Ishin is also
I would drop that
RPG.
Anything related to that studio, just bar from your mind.
Well, that's free info.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Then I'll just to stop it there.
I'm just gonna drop what I was gonna say, even though like it's not Sega. I'm gonna say, is this Death Stranding?
Not Death Stranding.
That's also 2018, right?
19, yeah.
Yeah.
Death Stranding, the director's cut.
Yeah, right.
Because
I was 21?
Yeah, something like that. I'm out of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have another Japanese developer.
I guess I'll.
Question 15.
Unless he went like quasi Konami with it.
Quasi.
I'm gonna go a little safer though because I have another option in my head. I think. Is this game survival horror ish or no? Okay. Maybe it was an Evil Within.
I guess that I would definitely call that horror.
I guess that's a pathetic. That's something we should also think about. Is a lot of these publishers have Japanese studios, which is what we're missing. We've gone pure Japanese instead of a possible.
I'm gonna go. Is this a Nexon game?
No. I feel like I would know if it was, but no.
Who's Nexon?
Nexon makes fuck. What did they make?
They make Maple Story.
Yes.
Archive. Dungeon Fighter Online. Not the fighting game, but the original.
But they made something. They own like Dave the Diver.
Is this a fighting game?
I can believe it. Yes.
Should have jumped there sooner.
God damn it.
We should have been there
damn
sooner.
it. All right. Well,
we should have been there sooner.
Is this game Guilty Gear Strive?
Hill gets the point with Guilty Gear Strive. So as far as the Sega aspect, they are involved in publishing.
You're right. Yeah.
I do remember that now. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't know that it was only a very specific.
I wouldn't call that a Sega. A Sega owned
Arc System
Works own publishing rights.
That's just a partnership.
That's not an action game. That's a fighting game. I would have said no to action.
Feels right.
That was the question. It was like, well, technically, it's an action game. What's an action game?
It's not.
An action game typically is third, but usually is first person. But you typically control a camera, and it involves like a lot of like action, like just mashing buttons, beating things up, but like not in like a fighting game is its own thing.
Like, you know how Sifu isn't a fighting game, it's an action game?
Yeah. So that's the example. That's a good example.
It was in the fighting game category.
Yeah, and they were wrong. They were universally wrong about that.
I mean, everything you just described except for camera movement, which is not a true definitive like indicator of an action game. What you exactly described.
Yes, but like no.
But yeah, you just say no. But
okay, so action is I am fighting enemies and killing them or incapacitating them, and they like disappear, and then I go and I fight more. Like it's not like it's not. There's not rounds. There's not matches. There's the game.
It's not. I'm fighting my opponent, depleting their health bar, and then that's the end of that match, right? Like that's not what an action game is. That's a fighting game.
I think when you go back to like the true essence of video games, like arcade games, you'll find that you wouldn't consider those action based off your parameters right now.
What are you talking about?
Like a lot of arcade games were.
Tavin, he's right. Pac-Man's an action game.
What are you gonna go Contra? Are you talking Contra? Contra's an action game.
I'm thinking more. What the fuck was the? It was something I played all the goddamn time. You see them in arcades everywhere. TV something. You basically go multiple rounds. It's like a twin stick shooter.
Okay, but that would be a twin stick shooter.
Twin stick shooter. That's also not an action game.
Rigid with what you like say. A very specific.
Dude, fighting games are not action games. I don't understand why I have to explain this to you.
I mean, because again, you can't even really hardline explain it to yourself. You have to like really think of very specific ways to define an action game, and even then, just only one specific thing to all of a sudden say, well,
I don't like people treating action game as a catch-all. Like, I don't know.
That's not.
I feel like that's what you're doing here, Connor. You're just action game as a catch-all.
You're doing.
Well, maybe. Okay. You can't be like action, such a very nondescript word of what something specifically is, and be like, well, no, there's actually a hardline thing you call action, and if you're not abiding by it, it's not action.
Action would be a combat-focused like game in which you are like blasting enemies and taking on waves of enemies at a time. So like a Devil May Cry or a Sifu or a Kingdom Hearts, which, action RPG-ish because it brings in all those RPG elements into it.
Again, this seems like more very specific ways to determine an action game, seeing as how you fight bosses. There's not waves of enemies there. You're fighting a single
They usually have enemy. They usually have mobs involved.
Sometimes if they're bad bosses.
It's not always involved. But then again, fighting games don't have bosses.
They do, yeah.
No, they don't.
They're
You
literally
you just fight another character.
They're literally boss characters. Akuma is a boss character. That's the entire origin of them.
Yes.
Okay, but he still functions under the same mechanics and controls as the fighting game that you are playing.
Usually they're able to do a lot more. That's why they're a boss game. Like
in an action game, you're not defeating a boss and then you can play as that boss in the next round against a different character, right? Like,
no, some bosses you just can't play as. Like
he's right. There are characters in fighting games that are just straight up like you play it in the whatever classic mode or campaign or arcade mode or whatever. And
I just think of like M. Bison or Seth or I don't know.
I don't think, but I also think like Seth.
It's like
was originally.
It's like in just to bring it to an example, you probably know, Phil. In like the Smash like classic mode, whatever it's called, you would fight like the monster from Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Rathalos.
Yeah. But like what you're doing is like being like, well, actually, it's so vague. When it's you know it when you see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll stop the conversation.
And just because we as human beings are failing to give you the rubric in which game genre is defined by, doesn't mean
you don't even know what we're
exactly.
talking
So
about.
it's pretty open ended. It's not as hard line as you're pretending it to be.
No, we are idiots. That's what I'm saying.
It just feels like you're
Me
being
and
purposefully
Phil do not
obtuse.
have the capability right now in a podcast free-form thought format to give you a dedicated rubric. If I went into my room right now and typed out the script, I could do that.
Well, my argument is that there's not a rubric and you're trying to define it into one. And I'm just trying to defend how, like, I'm not hard
A fighting game is not an action game. I don't know how else to like, in what way is a fighting game an action game? Because there's action. Almost every video game has action. By that definition, fucking Death Stranding's an action game.
Pac-Man's an action game. Galaga's an action game.
What Phil said, more so, yeah. With you, when the game actively tries to not make you fight, I think that's where it kind of interrupts the idea of calling it an action game.
But like
it desensitizes you.
But Connor, in the same realm, it has action in it. There's boss fights in it.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
but it's not a key defining thing of the game. Whereas fighting games, you're constantly like it's all about fighting something else.
It's all about what?
Action.
Yes. It's about fighting. It's like a 1v1 thing, though. Usually, I guess yes. Yeah. You can give me the exception. You can exception to the rule me to the death. You know that's why. Exceptions prove the rule, don't make the rule.
I think things are fluid, man. They go everywhere.
Fighting games aren't action games. There's a difference.
Agreed.
All right. Well, I don't really care, thankfully enough.
And that's not, what's crazy is that's not even where the line blurs. Where the line blurs is action and action adventure.
Yes.
Those are two distinct different genres, but the lines do blur because action adventure is already a blend of the adventure and action genre. But you don't see adventure games that often.
Yeah.
Like action game, I think Devil May Cry. Action adventure, I think like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Even those lean a little more adventure for me, but Phil's right.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Action adventure, I always go to Uncharted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or like Spider-Man.
Well,
good job, Phil.
Spider-Man, yeah. Do we want to do another one, or are we just going to move on so we don't run too long?
We can move on. That lasted a while. And then had it all.
Well, we can either keep going or cut mine.
No, let's go to Phil's.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to have your
conversation. Move along. Yeah, let's just move along to that was I think that was a really good conversation though. Like I think we could probably break that out. Let's move on to my mini game.
What?
Now you know your assignment, Phil.
What do you think I was going to do?
Oh, he shut you down.
There you
go. All right, so I have a hit 10 for us. A hit 10, of course, is where I take a top 10 list from either myself or the internet, and I assign point values to each entry on that list. Number 10 on the list being worth 1 point. Number 10 on the list, number 1 on the list being worth 10 points. And everything in between is inversely scored. These boys will have 5 opportunities each to try to clear out every entry on this list. Whoever has the most points at the end of the round wins. Boys, are we ready?
Ready.
Well, here's your topic.
I'm not ready.
And here's You're not ready?
I'm kidding.
Seriously.
I was gonna say we can pause.
We can take as much time as you want, Tavin.
What I have for us is the Game Rant's top 10 best video game box arts of all time.
Ooh, I like that one.
Oh.
Now, question. Are collections included in this?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
I don't think so. It does not appear that they are.
I don't have a lot of collections that I would put up there as great box art.
I had one. It was BioShock.
This is from
BioShock was solid.
just so we have a good rubric for like where we are in time. This was as of February 26th, 2020. So pre-pandemic.
2020.
Okay.
I probably that's when, box art kind of fell off in my opinion. So
I think it's making its comeback. I think box art's better now than it used to be.
I can't say that.
It was real bad in the 2010s. It was really bad in the 2010s.
Oh, well,
It was all just dude with gun walking towards camera.
Yeah, fair. Well, yeah, I would actually argue that's like the point where it started getting bad because a lot of them framed themselves at that point.
I think they're way better now.
No way. I think it's it's not about the same level, I would say, off the top of my head.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Ghost of Tsushima. I think Last of Us Part 2 is great. You're going to disagree with me, but...
Last of Us Part 2, I can't remember that.
It's Ellie. It's Ellie with like the pain on her face and so forth. And
Last of Us Part 2 is not in this timeline.
Yeah, I picked games specifically that are more modern to counter Connor's point that they're weaker now. And I would say that they're solid now.
Yeah, okay.
Be interesting to that up.
But like 2010 to like 20, I don't even know, 17. Yeah, it was pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
We say that, but there's probably going to be something on there.
Oh, there's always exceptions.
Yeah.
But
we're going to let Connor go first here. So give me what you think that Game Rant, Mr. Diego Perez would list as one of the top 10 best video game box arts of all time.
I can't remember BioShock's cover.
The original?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I remember
BioShock 2 was a Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Is that not what the first one is too?
It might. Oh yeah. It's the same. It's the different kind. It's the
first one is just the Big Daddy. The second one is like the Scuba Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Ah, you're right.
That's true.
You're right. I forgot that you played the Scuba one. Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Damn, because this is actually there's so much box art, so much of it.
The instinct is to immediately jump to the 90s.
Yeah. This should have been the box art. Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII is not on the list.
It should be, but I didn't think it would be.
Was it the cloud? It's the cloud standing.
It's the cloud standing looking at the Shenmue Tower.
In front of the reactor, yeah.
Damn, yeah. Surprising.
Oh, you're right. It's the reactor, not the Shenmue Tower. Or is it?
Maybe it's a reactor.
In 7 Remake, it's him looking up at the Shenmue Tower.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a reactor.
You're probably right, Phil. I just can't remember,
It might be both.
Shinra headquarters. It's Shinra? Yep. Oh, okay.
Is there not a reactor kind of in the middle right background, or?
It is not.
It just goes all white from there. Yeah.
I thought it was whitish green.
I'm going to get it out of the way. I think it's phenomenal, and y'all are going to roll your eyes, but Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, man.
Good.
Snake Eater is not on the list.
Should be.
I don't want to say that one because it's iconic to me. You know what? Maybe because people recognize. Oh wait. Let's go. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's not on the list.
Yeah.
It's pretty plain box art, that one.
Yeah, I always see it shared all over, so I would think.
I can recall 2 and I can recall 3. I can't recall 1.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to get any of these, Tavin?
Yeah, that's the real question.
This is a tough one. I wanted to do something unique this week.
Do you accept franchise answers?
What guess are you on?
This would be 2 for me.
I would if you guys both miss again. Oh, sorry, Tavin. If you miss this one, I'll allow for the third one for y'all to name a franchise, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. So if you miss again, we can go franchise. Why not? Just to try to get some points on the board.
Yeah. Can't have us looking like fools. Well, I guess you could.
You already proved that you are for the first 2 guesses. So.
Well, I mean, my first guess was solid. So I don't know what else could be on this list. Frankly.
I've got so many answers. I don't know which one I want to pick.
Remember, February 26, 2020.
Rage. I'm gonna go Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is
like
not
it.
on the
I
list.
didn't like it.
Yes. Well, franchise.
Connor, try to give me a franchise here.
Let's see. Halo.
Oh, duh.
I'll give you the points for it. Can you tell me specifically which one?
Ooh.
Because Halo's number 3 on the list. You're gonna get 8 points, but can you tell me which one?
I always think of 3 or 1.
I'm going to 3, but I feel like that's my own.
Reach could be there too.
Yeah, that's where I was. Yeah, is it Halo Reach?
It is not. It's Halo 2.
I get
That's
it.
the cover of Halo 2.
It's
him with the SMGs.
Yes.
Okay.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
Yep. I get. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it popped up right here.
Yes. And what position is that on the list?
Number 3.
Oh,
Number 3.
come on. We can do 3 games better than Halo 2.
Maybe not, I guess.
Oh, man. Uncharted?
Uncharted is not on the list.
Damn.
I thought 2 would be on there.
2 and 3 to me are like
3. Oh, yeah. I think
the desert one.
Yeah.
Connor, you got another one for me?
No more franchises?
Go for it. I don't care.
That'll give Tavin a better chance to come back.
I don't know.
Oh, shit. Gears of War.
Gears of War's not on the list.
Fuck, 2 is such a glory.
Resident Evil.
Probably.
Resident Evil. It's the number 1 answer. Can you tell me which one?
Oh, shit.
There's so many. There's so many. I'm going to go 4.
You are correct. It is Resident Evil 4. But I've never seen this box art of Resident Evil 4.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that's different than what I was expecting.
Same
I
here.
always have yes, 4 in front of Resident Evil, which was always stupid, but it's like the Leon one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is it's like in the trees. You can kind of see there's the guy with the chainsaw in the little like spot between the trees.
Yeah, okay.
Like with the bag on his head.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not the cover I remember.
It's for me. It's always Leon and Ashley in
I almost
in
went.
that, you know.
I almost went RE1.
Mm-hmm.
Dude screaming with the shotgun. I think it's supposed to be Chris, but it's a dude with a shotgun screaming. And then Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 7. Naming good Resident Evil box arts now.
Well, I'll go for my final guess.
Nemesis, RE3 Nemesis.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Resident Evil box arts, but I will go with God of War.
It was on my
God of War is not on the list.
That's fucking crazy.
I thought 2 would be on there.
Not 2, not 3,
None
not
of them.
2018. That's nuts.
All right, Tavin, give me your final guess.
Well, you won, Tavin.
You know what kind of sucks is some of these I think of the title screen and not the box art. You know.
Funny.
We've got everything except for the number 1 and number 3 answers.
I thought that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, everything left on the thing.
I don't know. Assassin's Creed's in my head, and I don't know why, but it is. So I'm just gonna shoot Assassin's Creed.
There is no Assassin's Creed on the list.
I have one final guess of a specific game. Is the orange box on here?
The orange box is not on here.
That'd be weird.
It would be, but I'm like, hey, people see that and go, I love those 3 games.
All right, so this is kind of an oddball list, but I kind of see where some of their vision is. I definitely would have had different picks here. That's probably just because I have, I have my favorites and some people have their favorites.
Like Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'm not blind. Oh, Kingdom Hearts would have been a good
Honestly, Kingdom Hearts 1 I think has a better box art than Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, I agree as well. But Kingdom Hearts 1 could have been up in there.
Mhm.
I'm not going to like cape super hard today. But Snake Eater is one of the best cover arts of all time.
Well, Tavin, you might have been on the right track.
Oh, is it 2 or 4?
Number 10, we have Resistance 3.
Wow. What the
All right,
fuck?
well.
Okay. Sure.
Number
we thought of
9.
better ones, I think.
I think we did too.
Absolutely, we did. Number 9, we got the original Doom.
Okay. That works
Classic.
out, yep.
Classic.
Should have thought of that,
Absolutely.
yeah.
100%.
Number 8.
That one could go higher, honestly.
Yeah,
you guys mentioned From Software a little bit. Got the original Dark Souls.
Oh, I almost went Dark Souls 3.
I almost said Dark Souls, but I should have said that.
I like that one. I like the bonfire. I like the bonfire in the background there.
Yeah,
like he's sitting in front of it. I
I
like it. Solid box art. Number 7. I expected one of y'all to say Shadow of the Colossus. We've got Eco.
Oh, we would have been wrong.
Yeah, I would have gone. Yeah, I mean, Eco's cool.
No, I like that a lot. That's
It's all right.
Folks.
Shadow's better.
We were also on the right track with Final Fantasy, but it wasn't 7.
6?
It was 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a great ox.
Sure.
Great art.
Yeah.
Number 6 was Final Fantasy 6. You know.
I
Number
take
5,
Resistance and Eco off for so far, but I'm not mad at this.
Number 5. I'm surprised we didn't mention this franchise. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
One of them would have been on there.
Yeah.
Vice City, I think is like one of the best box
That's
arts.
probably the one.
Vice City
Five
and
is up there too.
San Andreas is really good too. And then
I remember the
number 4.
I remember the loading screens of 4, which I know make up the box art, but
I
I can't
remember
the box art.
I remember more of the loading screens of 5 than I do 4. Number 4, Metal Gear Solid 2,
That's pretty.
Sons of Liberty.
Yeah, you see something that looks cool. And you're like, yeah.
I mean, but 3,
Yeah.
Snake Eater's so much better.
Pretty good, but it's lost in all of the other
Also,
different box
I mean, that
arts.
box art contributes to the lie.
That's funny.
Not a Snake game.
Snake is back. Number 3, we said it was Halo 2. Number 2, this is honestly, it's a little high on the list, but I think it's a solid pick for the list itself. We got Heavy Rain.
That would have been my number 10.
Yeah,
Heavy Rain. Yeah. That's good box art.
It's good box art. But yeah, number 2 is crazy.
Not number 2 though. Yeah, and the number 1,
honestly,
Resident Evil 4.
I would switch Doom and Halo 2. Because I think
Really?
Halo 2 is just aping off of what Doom did.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Rain?
I mean, no, because I would take Resistance off and move Heavy Rain down to 10.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I think kind of an oddball list, but I think there could have been worse choices.
There's worse choices. If we started seeing some of that like Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3 level of quality.
I swear, Battlefield 3, 4, and 5 all have like the same box art, but it's just a different guy running with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Tavin, what do you want to talk about?
If any of them other than if BioShock would have been acceptable except for Infinite, even though I like Infinite's box art, but I wouldn't.
Tavin, you won that game. What do you want to talk about this week, though?
Gentlemen, I want to shoot our shot at a possible Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls roster. This is, of course, the new fighting game from Arc System Works, known for Guilty Gear Strive and known for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And they are doing a new Marvel fighting game, ripping the IP from Capcom, from MVC. Watch that, our PlayStation and Capcom beefing video. I think it's an interesting thought experiment. That's it. All right. And so I thought it would be interesting if we could potentially predict what is going to be the roster of this new fighting game from Arc System. So here I've got the list that we would be making here, and I've got the and I've got the 8 that are already confirmed via the trailer, which are Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider, Star-Lord, and Storm. Those 8 confirmed. Gentlemen, let's have the quickest conversation about and decide what number we're shooting for today about how many characters we're getting at launch.
24.
I was gonna say 16.
I think both of y'all need to shoot higher.
But starting roster, I don't think they're going to go above 24. That's already a pretty good amount, even with as many characters as there are.
I was thinking 30, 32.
Mm-hmm. Well,
wow.
We could just start throwing out names, the givens, and then at a certain point start slowing down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get some out of the way.
Right.
Hulk, Thor.
Yep. Wolverine.
Cyclops.
No, he's kind of gotten like, well, yeah. Give your reason.
You gotta have Cyclops. You gotta have Cyclops. So him and Ryu were like the face of like the NBC crowd, right?
And
so like, what if?
That's why I don't think you do him.
But I think that's why you do him, to kind of flop your dick out on the table, be like, see, now we have him.
Both make sense. But yeah,
they've already chosen to go a different way, like than what MVC was doing. Now, of course, like there's stand-ins that you have to have, but I think they're actively trying to avoid MVC for right now. I don't think Cyclops is a given. If we end up putting him on the list, then that's a different thing. But I don't think he's in this first. Like there are like 6 other names I would go to first.
I think Venom.
I agree. Right here, we'll just write him down.
Because we have some that are hard line. We kind of hear them and you go, yeah, they'd be in there.
We'll write down Cyclops. We'll write down Venom. I think Black Widow.
Yeah, I would say that.
I think Gamora probably here.
I don't think that's a given.
We got Star-Lord.
Oh,
if you've got Star-Lord, I feel like you should have another Guardian.
More Guardians. Honestly, I can see them having Rocket in there too. Yeah,
I would say Rocket's more likely.
This is my thing. So Star-Lord's in there. I think we have at least one more Guardian. I don't know if we do.
I was gonna say at least 2.
I don't know.
I think Rocket Raccoon will be there, specifically because Arc System likes its varied characters.
Yeah.
And having a small guy,
so now
there's not going to be many of them.
Now my question is, Connor, do they do Rocket and Groot, or do they do the Rocket Groot combo character?
Ooh, I think it might be Rocket Groot combo.
I don't think so, solely because how the game itself is going to work. It's a 4v4. There's definitely going to be I would think there's going to be a level of synergy between certain characters. Actually, that's not a given.
Yeah, I forgot about the 4v4 thing. That makes me think that we're definitely going to have a huge fucking roster.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, 16 was crazy.
That's why it could be Rocket and Groot. Let's put that down.
I think it's a Rocket Groot combo.
That's more likely than just one, because they need to shore up their roster to a degree.
Oh no, because and this is the thing.
Connor's disagreeing with us.
Huh? What?
Connor's disagreeing with us. He thinks that they're separated.
No. I agree. I'm like, no.
I think what he was saying is that it's Rocket Groot, and you stop there for Guardians. Is what I took from what he said.
That it's also just because you want variety with fighting games, and you don't want to have multiple slots being taken up by same kind of style characters. Same.
Oh, I took it as Connor saying that he thinks that Rocket and Groot are going to be separate entries.
I thought so at first, but then I thought about it. I was like, well, they'd probably make him one. Okay. So many characters to adapt.
I feel like I just see how in my brain. I mean, I see it for all of them, but in my brain, I see how Rocket and Groot function as a character better together than alone.
I think definitely Ant-Man. I can see them playing.
Definitely Ant-Man.
I can see them playing around with some stuff like that. I mean, being able to change your size. I feel like as a fighting game creator, they'll really enjoy playing around with it.
I think probably for that matter, probably also include Wasp. Just to have more lady characters.
I think the women aspect is a big thing here. I feel like we could find a better name than Wasp.
Yeah, I think we'd go to, like, for example, female characters. They probably wouldn't do She-Hulk right off the bat.
Rogue.
Rogue. Yes.
Yeah, Rogue or
Magic as well. Magic gotten popular in recent years. So
I could see them adding Magic, yeah, or Psylocke.
So here, Psylocke was the name I was going to bring
that's
up.
probably more. Yeah.
Here's my question: is how I think there's going to be off the wall niche characters that you've only seen once or twice, like in your life, maybe, right? How many of them are from Rivals? And like I'm thinking. Yeah, for your weird like gimmick characters, I think Jeff the Shark is probably in there. But then do we start seeing Magic? I think Magic moveset kind of fits with something I've seen from Guilty Gear Strive, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But do you see like what's her name? Luna Snow?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Even though she's
an original character from Rivals?
No, there's no original characters in Rivals.
All right, in that case, if we're going out there, Gore the God Butcher. Mainly because he had comics that came in and they're very well loved. So
I can see them doing like Silver Surfer.
That too, yeah.
I think Silver Surfer's in there.
I think because of where Marvel is right now, Loki's definitely in there.
Oh yeah, Loki.
Kind of a weird, maybe do some.
We brushed by some of those women. Is there? I think Rogue.
Rogue definitely.
I think Rogue.
Yeah, we brushed by Rogue. Yeah,
and then maybe Psylocke.
Jean Grey is also. She's always brought up all the time.
How many X-Men do we want?
That's my thing. Is like, if you include one of them, like we gotta include like their love interest. I feel like I don't know
about that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it's more for like character combos that work well together.
Yeah,
because we already have Storm, and I mean, you know, Wolverine is in there.
Yeah,
watch him not be in there.
Deadpool? Do we think Deadpool?
He is in there. You know he is. Tavin.
I think that's a DLC character.
Nah, man, it's Deadpool, dude. They're gonna be like, hey, they're gonna do a whole trailer just for Deadpool where he breaks the third wall.
The fourth wall.
Fourth wall. Yeah, that's what I said. I said it just a second ago. Tavin, you know it's gonna be. It's Deadpool.
I just don't think he's at launch, man.
Hey, I'd be fine. I'd be happy actually if he's not.
I don't think he is.
Doctor Strange.
Yes, he's gonna be
probably
there. The main big movie characters are gonna Black Panther.
Black Panther's in there for sure.
Black Panther's definitely in there.
A lot of sausages. Where's the opposite of a sausage?
I think Dr. Octopus is in here.
You're saying that for the female role too? Like, well, maybe they'll play around with it.
Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah. We had Connor's referencing a pre-show conversation that him and I had discussing this topic, where I said you're gonna want a good balance of women, and it's a sausage fest in Marvel, except for X-Men. But you don't want to pull 30 X-Men. So I was like, Dr. Octopus, and I think you could probably do a female variant.
I was gonna say, like, what if we did like different female variants of some of these like well-known characters? Like,
I could see Black Panther being there. I could see Silver Surfer being
Black
there.
Panther being a girl. Yeah.
Cheat.
Hawkeye? Do we think Hawkeye?
He probably is.
I don't know.
I feel like again those
Hawkeye's
movies
probably there.
When they're making this game, I feel like they're automatically going to do the big names that are popular now.
I think you hit that with most of the ones we've already hit.
That's true.
Guys. Daredevil.
Ah, God, I'd really fucking like it if he was there. I would
Daredevil,
love that.
Daredevil, and for that matter, Bullseye.
Bullseye's an interesting one. I heard someone say Punisher, and I was like, I don't know about Punisher.
Looking up female characters, Mystique is possible. As is Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is actually probably pretty likely.
Scarlet Witch is probably pretty likely. I'm gonna write down Daredevil and Scarlet Witch right now.
Man, I go on the women's section. I'm like, I know a lot of these people.
It's all fucking X-Men.
But yeah,
bro, wouldn't it be kind of funny if we're pulling from like Marvel Rivals? What if like, because you know we said Silver Surfer, I pulled away from Galactus. What if Galacta is in this?
No, I think they wouldn't really be focusing on trying to have that.
How do you make a Galactus character?
Galacta.
I mean, yeah, you just have them in their like in their outfit, their purple outfit with like the big helmet, you know. Dude, speaking of, what if we have MODOK in this?
We actually might.
MODOK's in MVC.
He is. No?
I'm just saying it's like it's been done before.
I see what you mean.
I'm not saying like no. I think it's an interesting pick.
X-23 as weird. I don't think they would do that with Wolverine.
That'd be interesting.
X-23 would be interesting. Yeah,
I would honestly respect that more.
I would. Yeah.
Than Wolverine.
There's Elektra. There's.
Oh, if you're doing Daredevil, you should probably do Elektra.
Ororo Monroe? Oh, is that? Oh, that's
Aurora. That's Storm.
That's Storm.
Jean Grey seems likely. But hey, I get it. X-Men, I get it.
We have Storm, Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue, possibly Psylocke,
Deadpool's a mutant, so
Scarlet Witch, and Daredevil. That's 7 X-Men already. I said Daredevil.
Daredevil's Deadpool's not. Daredevil's not
Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's 7 X-Men already, and we're at.
Oh, what if we had Quicksilver?
Possible.
Guys, how many X-Men are gonna be here, guys?
I think a lot.
Like,
if we have Scarlet Witch, we gotta have her brother.
At this point,
you don't gotta have anybody.
No, at this point in the game,
you do, though.
We've named the ones that aren't. I think the big ones that aren't X-Men. So now there's really X-Men left.
I think you need to look at movesets, not names now.
But that's the thing. Is that
let me pull two more X-Men for you, but I promise you they're worth it. I promise you they're worth it.
Okay.
Gambit.
I could see it.
Nightcrawler.
I could see it.
So here's the thing, right?
You got so many.
But here's the thing, right?
And I keep thinking about Iceman, and I'm like, man, it'd be nice to have an ice-based character.
Iceman and Pyro, yeah. Magneto.
Oh, he's gonna be in there, yeah.
You think is Magneto a lock?
Yeah,
Magneto's a lock.
Here's the thing, Tavin, about your X-Men point. They're going to be more focused on making fun characters, and the X-Men have tons of stuff to play around
with.
Oh,
so
Thanos.
But here's my thing. Is Thanos would be an interesting one.
Actually, yeah.
We keep pulling for big names.
He would be.
That of like, I love that character, I love that character, I love that character, and all that's great, right? I think we should start looking at like power types instead, like.
Pretty diverse.
Some of them, yeah, but I mean, like, how many fucking beat 'em up guys? We got Black Widow and fucking Deadpool and fucking
Black Widow would also use guns.
She would definitely be a zoner, and with like some kind of like get off me tools, I would think.
Black Panther, Black Panther, you have to have.
Black Widow would have like the like zappy zap like like stun move or something,
things like that. Yeah,
like. We don't really have a fire-based character. I mean, a little bit with Ghost Rider. But I think he's more like chains and bringing out his motorcycle than he is fire.
So who would fill that role? Who is the fire user in Marvel Comics?
And Johnny Storm, but I don't... Treading on Fantastic Four is dangerous because I don't think you get all four of them at launch.
Yeah, I would bet we would. But he does seem to be the first that pop up.
I honestly don't think we see any of them at launch.
The only thing that hesitates me about that, Phil, is that we do have Doctor Doom already. And I do think it's weird to put Doom in and not have one.
Jean Grey has fire powers.
I mean, as Phoenix.
Phoenix, but like that's not what she's known for.
I would do. I mean, if you're gonna do one of them, I think the pick would be like the Thing.
I'm between Johnny Storm and Thing.
I don't think we see Johnny Storm. I think we almost definitely don't see Mr. Fantastic. I think Invisible Woman would be an interesting pick.
I think Miss Marvel.
I think it's the Thing.
Mr. Fantastic.
That's where I'm at.
I want Iceman in here so bad, just because like what other ice-based characters do we got? You know?
Not many. No. How big is the roster though?
That's my question. Yeah. We're already at.
26.
Wait, at Scarlet Witch was the last name I wrote down. We're at 26. And there's some of these names I'm cutting because I don't think they're going to dip into X-Men that fucking much. I don't think Cyclops is at long.
Take Cyclops out, but put Nightcrawler in.
I think Nightcrawler is more realistic than Cyclops. So many fuck. And for good reason, because the X-Men are cool, and there's just a fucking huge amount of characters in there. I think Rogue's in there. I think Loki's in there. I feel pretty good about Silver Surfer. I don't feel great about Wasp.
I mean, take Ant-Man and Wasp out there, honestly. I also think we need Gambit.
Yeah, I mean...
Remy Lobo.
I would love Gambit.
You could play... You know what? Put Gambit... That's a character arc system to have a field day with. Bro. Yeah, they could do a lot with that. Knowing how there's this character in Guilty Gear, I think he just got released for Strive, Venom, whose whole thing is pull cues and cue balls that he hits, and he can kind of like use that to control space. Some kind of thing like that with cards. Very possible. I'm really excited for this game because
Gambit also has a stick.
What?
Gambit also has a stick.
He also does have a stick.
He's got a cane, yeah.
So I'm super interested in this game. It's kind of cool how any of these characters, plus ones we haven't named, could be on the roster and play extremely fun. So
yeah,
this just stands the
sky's the limit.
Yeah, it really is. And in the same way, Marvel Rivals clearly is going to be constantly rolling out new characters because they have such a bed of them to draw on.
I want to go back to it so bad.
Yeah, it's always there.
Is it? Especially whenever you like drop out in the middle of the game.
I think we get two Fantastic Fours.
Sue Storm then?
Sue Storm and the Thing.
I think it's Johnny and Thing.
Really?
I mean, Sue is a good counter. It's definitely not Reed Richards.
Why not?
Definitely not Reed.
Because you've already got a
Miss
character
Marvel.
with that power base with Miss Marvel.
Oh, it's not Reed Richards.
Stretchy.
Yeah. Damn, you're right.
So, I mean, like, Reed is, like, more creative with his stretchiness. He's, like, more footwear. Like, Miss Marvel's pretty much just the arms and big fists.
In that case, I'll agree with the Thing because grappler kind of characters.
I think you need, because what
Need
would
more of
Hulk
the big
fall
ones.
under? Hulk would
grappler. Oh, he'd be
would he be a grappler?
Oh yeah, he'd grab the fuck out of you. Definitely.
Okay, all right.
Do massive amounts of damage.
I just feel like there would be a difference in because they're both big guys, but
Yeah.
I feel like they would play differently.
I mean,
would.
you got to put Magneto in here.
I do think you have to.
How's our villain roster look right now? Anyways, so we have
Not like
Not
hardly
enough?
anybody except for the one that was already confirmed, which was
Doctor
fucking
Doom, Doctor Doom, Venom, Loki.
I mean,
Silver Surfer's kind of a villain.
So what you said earlier, Phil,
Doctor Octopus.
Yeah.
Thanos, I think would be a big
I think
moment for us.
Thanos, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, kind of surprising. Rivals hasn't done him, seeing as how popular he was when he was active and not dust.
Thanos. Well, I'm gonna write Magneto. I don't think we go past 32 here, guys.
I agree.
I agree.
Let's see.
Let's
Captain America,
see.
Iron Man, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider.
Ooh, how do we feel about Red Skull?
I thought about Red Skull. I just don't know what that move set would be.
Anything.
Anything. Just fucking let him do anything.
Yeah, he does an Elon and throws his heart at you.
Are there evil women we can do? Evil. I don't think
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch
evil.
is kind of the only evil woman.
She's
we have
not.
right
She's
now.
not. She's not really that evil.
No, she's not. But it's
She,
you have the
she
pictures.
plays that line a lot. Phil said Elektra earlier, and I liked that.
I did
No,
too.
Connor said that.
I thought Phil said that. Did Phil?
No,
say
I think I did. I think I was running through
Nope.
the list.
Oh,
of,
okay.
It was not me.
I like Elektra. I like Black Cat. I'm just throwing names out now. I think Elektra.
Enchantress. Emma Frost.
Enchantress, huh?
I like Enchantress more than Emma Frost.
Hela?
Nebula.
Hela's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Nebula's
Ne-
interesting.
Emma Frost.
He just
I
said
said
that.
that
Oh,
one.
you did. Oh, so
I don't love Emma Frost because I think that's too rivalry.
Another mutant.
But
Yeah.
again, this was in development before Rivals was out, so they could have had some of these things planned without thinking of what Marvel Rivals is doing.
Yeah, but that's an email to Marvel Games and being like, hey, what are they doing over there?
I guess they had that connection.
You know,
yeah.
just so that we can, of course we're dipping in the same pool, so we don't want to have complete overlap.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Rivals chose Emma Frost so they could get Goonie with it, but
Yeah.
You could have Death. That'd be funny.
Death would be funny.
Mhm.
I mean, Enchantress. I think. I don't know.
What does she do again? What's she from?
So
I only know her from Suicide
Enchantress.
Squad.
I thought that was in a DC character.
That's also DC.
Oh,
There's two Enchantress characters.
Enchantress is like a magic wielder from like Asgard.
Yeah, see, I'd never heard of her. I've only heard of the DC one.
which is super valid, because
Hey,
they're
yeah.
they're gonna reach for stranger names than what we've listed a bunch of like mainstreamers.
Definitely.
They're gonna reach for crazier things. I think there's probably another gimmick character or two in here that we haven't thought of.
I mean, honestly, I could see them doing Deadpool as a female character, like Lady Deadpool.
Be interesting. I keep coming back to X-23 over Wolverine. I just think that's a great
I mean,
idea.
I think
cool.
I think they're both going to be in there.
I don't think. Maybe later. No, they would. Not even then. They might just not. They might try to diversify their portfolio rather than do another similar character. But then again, they do like.
They would function differently.
Yeah, they would. Oh, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think taking Wolverine out is a mistake.
I do too. I think Wolverine. Yeah. Just because it's a big thing, like, and I kind of feel like we definitely don't need to. But is there any more spider characters that could be involved? Like, I'm looking at
Spider-Man.
like Miles Morales maybe, or like Spider-Gwen maybe. But even on the villain side, like a Green Goblin or a Shocker. They did never do
Shocker.
Oh, Rhino would be another good big guy. I don't think they would, but
Colossus would probably come in before that.
Yeah, I don't like.
I was thinking Juggernaut. Juggernaut.
Juggernaut's good. Juggernaut's good.
But if
Doc
we're trying
Ock
to
would be cool.
avoid,
The more I think
we're
about
trying
it.
to avoid X-Men characters.
Yeah, avoiding X-Men characters, that is where it comes in. I was just saying, Doc Ock would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
The more I think about it.
Yeah, that's why I get. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Doc Ock is in. I think you stop with the Spider-Man after that, because I think those are the three probably most recognizable Spider-Man characters. Mm-hmm. Obviously Spidey himself, Venom, and Dr. Octopus. Mm-hmm. I think the only one who's in that conversation of that is Green Goblin, but I don't think you reach for Green Goblin for a fighting game right away. I could be wrong.
I reach for the Mind Goblin. Mind Goblin, my balls.
No one fell for it, buddy. No one fell for it. I almost said it.
Yeah, you know.
I guess there was some element of me that knew I was being played.
I just assumed it was a meme that he was referencing, so I just decided to give it no air.
What an asshole.
I know. Man,
he really is. He really shuts me down.
I'm the fucking worst.
You call him Shut Down Tavin.
No.
He was going all around to the local businesses during COVID and waving a gun at them.
I'm shutting you down.
To close their business. But he did.
Do we want to lock in another of the Fantastic Four, or is the thing enough?
I think we're good right here. I mean, I was saying 25 characters off the bat, 24. So 4 more extra ones.
I wanted to. It's not that I can't think of the anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It's the how many fucking. It's really how many fucking X-Men do you want?
Gambit.
5 extra characters. 29. I'm fine with it being here.
We wrote down Gambit.
Did we?
Yeah. 25.
Oh, I see him. Okay. I see.
If you don't.
War Machine? Probably not.
No.
Punisher?
Punisher is the one I keep coming back to. That would be so boring, but
I agree.
I get it.
Bullseye.
Bullseye would be a more fun pick.
He would be, yeah.
Oh, we didn't write down Elektra. I think we should write down Elektra. No?
Yeah. Go for it. Fuck it. It'd be hard to hit.
Can we make this an even 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
I'd like to, but I don't
think they would go. Well, weirder character.
Yeah, that's what I think we're missing something more niche.
Jessica Jones.
No. That is straight up just someone that punches.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Luke Cage?
Right. That's the same thing.
Who?
I mean, he would be a big grappler character like the Thing and Hulk, but
yeah. If we had written down Colossus, I would have swapped Colossus out for Luke Cage.
You gotta use his superhero name, Power Man.
Is that Luke Cage's? First time I ever saw
Man,
Luke Cage was in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, I never heard of him.
I was like, "It's just
Power Man.
Just a guy who runs around and punches things." And then I looked him up. I'm like, "Oh, he's just a guy who runs around and punches things." Okay. Any more Guardians?
No, Gamora, maybe. They might just do Gamora for Nebula.
Oh, you're doing Gamora before you're doing Nebula.
Yeah, you are.
I could see Drax in there. I could see Mantis in there.
Ooh.
Mantis would be fun. Little like mind trick type.
I think Mantis would be in there.
You'll put Mantis.
I'll put Mantis.
Get Bullseye out of there.
We'll call it there.
Mantis Toboggan.
I love that moment in the show where you see him create that persona, like in real time.
Gentlemen, running down what we have already. We've got our 8 locks because of the trailer. Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, Doom, Ghost Rider, Star-Lord, Storm. And then from there, we got a couple of with Hulk, Thor, and Wolverine, and Venom, I think. We added Nightcrawler, Black Widow, Rocket and Groot as a combo character. Silver Surfer, Loki, Rogue, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Doctor Octopus, Daredevil, Scarlet Witch, Gambit, The Thing, Thanos, Magneto, Elektra, Mantis.
I'm gonna call my shot though, and I'm gonna say that it's like Lady Deadpool though.
Phil's calling his shot at Lady Deadpool. As I was reading them off, the ones that made me go, oh, I don't know about that, as I was reading them, were Daredevil, Thanos. There was another one. That might have been it. Well, you can't have Elektra and not have Daredevil. I would be mad. If you had Elektra over Daredevil, I'd be like, what are you doing?
He's Daredevil.
Give me Daredevil. We don't respect
I'm fine.
Daredevil
I
enough.
think if we wanted to go 32, we throw in Hawkeye and Bullseye, but you know.
I need like a Jeff the Shark character in here. Like
I can't think.
There's
I'm
gonna
not
be
gonna ask.
There's gonna be some wacky like what the fuck is that character?
Beta Ray Bill.
Put him in there. Tavin.
Dude, Big Wheel's gonna be in there somewhere. I just know it.
Sandman.
Not as a kid. Oh, Sandman would be so fucking cool.
Good,
but you're a Marvel Spider-Man loser.
Yeah,
so shut up.
I know. I don't think. Yeah.
It'd be cool. You're right. There's a reason
Sandman
why he
would
has
be
the best
dope.
villains.
It's so easy to dip into a lot of the like groups. So like a lot of like yes Avengers, yes X-Men, but like also just like the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery and the Fantastic Four. Like it's really easy to dip into those. Did we keep Magneto on here? Yeah, we did.
We should have.
Magneto's one of those things that, like, yes, I could, like, that feels like a no duh, but he's also done so much that I could see them wanting to go a different way.
I don't know. Magneto is like one of my favorite villains, like in all of comic books.
He's dope.
He's gonna be in there.
He's dope. He's probably gonna be in there. More likely than not, he's gonna be in there. Doctor Strange?
I think he's in there. I think he's a lock.
All right. Silver Surfer?
Weirder
I think
character.
that would be-
Risky,
I think
but I
that'd
think
just be
I think
cool.
it's off the wall. I think it's an off the wall pick that's cool enough to be like, hey, whoa, Silver Surfer,
He fights with the surfboard.
for sure.
Right? Because of the movie, they'd make it the female version of Silver Surfer.
Not
I don't
necessarily.
think they give a flying fuck about that movie.
No.
All right.
If
We're
they cared about that movie, all four Fantastic Four.
All right,
people
We
be
would
in
know about them already.
one last one.
Yeah.
Soul Bad Guy
it. from Guilty Gear.
from Guilty Gear.
Oh, you said it. Soul Bad Guy.
That's his name.
You think they're just gonna throw Guilty Gear
He's
characters
like,
in
why
there?
am I here? That'd be funny.
Is that an original IP?
Yeah.
No, I think
Wait.
think Potemkin.
Guilty Gear?
Potemkin.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that, but it'd be Soul. It would be Soul Bad Guy because the same company.
Why not both?
'Cause
What about
that'd be
what about the girl with the dolphin and the anchor?
May? She'd be a pain. I'd like.
There's already so many like
I know.
if I don't want to see crossover, I
No.
want Marvel.
No, you get one crossover and it's Soul Bad.
I agree.
It's not. It's Ragnar the Blood Edge from Blaze Blue. That's how you turn it around.
I don't want a single. I don't give a fuck
Why not?
about none of them.
There needs to be one. There needs
No.
to
Why
be.
not?
Guest
Why
character.
not Ruby? Why not Ruby Rose from Blaze Blue?
We could stop that one.
If I get any of these characters before I get a Miles Morales, I'm throwing hands.
Oh, dude. They should be in there way before any other character. They should be launch character.
I don't know. I think we're probably only gonna have the one Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm going to have my other Spider-Man character next to my other Spider-Man villain and my other Spider-Man villain.
I think
Shut up.
I think the
Miles
I think
has
the
different
most
powers. You can
They
function
do.
as Miles.
He does.
he does. But I think the most similar character we get to Spider-Man is Venom.
Oh, that's not similar at all.
They're
That's
not-
what I'm saying. The most similar.
Oh. I mean, Miles might just not be in the game.
Not at launch, no. But I better not be getting no fucking Blaze Blue bitches up in here before I get him.
You're playing an arc
I think
system game, buddy?
Connor was mostly joking.
No, I wasn't.
He's not.
I'm not- I am not
as soon as he
joking.
thought about it, he's
Connor
like,
was joking.
there's going to be one character from one of these other games.
Phil, I totally understand why you think I am, but I'm legitimately like, okay, Fighting games love their guest character. They have Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners in Strive, or she's coming to Strive.
Let the record show. Let the record show Connor is joking.
No.
But there's so many there's so many names.
Yes,
that you need before you start doing these things.
I'm only saying this because it's Arc Systems, and I'd see them. They'd put Soul Bad Guy. It would be Soul Bad Guy.
They need 6 more X-Men before they get to this.
Maybe since Lucy is in Strive, maybe they'll put David in Marvel Tokon.
Yes, they will.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh, okay.
Get cultured.
One of the characters from there is going to be in Guilty Gear Strive. And so it's like, the other character, she's one of the main characters.
They'd have the other main character, the protagonist, David Martinez.
What about Spider-Man 2099? Think about it.
I can see that.
He's part vampire.
He's the coolest looking one, so yeah.
Sure. How cool is his music sting in Across the Spider-Verse?
Blade.
Oh, Blade. Absolutely Blade.
Oh, God, we need a Blade.
Make it 31. A nice, weird, uneven number, huh?
Phil's doing it.
That's funny.
And then he just threw both. Okay, yeah, sure. We'll have the bullseye in there. Fuck it. He's not going to be there.
Weird character.
I can't believe we forgot Blade.
We did forget Blade.
Blade is almost more of a lock than half this roster.
That's true. And they'll be able to do them right, unlike the movies.
Some people like
failed to come out.
The one, so the one.
The one.
The one.
No, there's the one that is in just development hell.
I think it got canceled, didn't it?
I think it got quietly canceled.
Yeah.
I think they're just gonna stop talking.
We don't know for sure that it is canceled.
I think it's one of those things they just stop talking about it and then people give up on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want Mahershala Ali as Blade.
How do you fuck that up, dude?
Well, he definitely stepped out.
Give me 2 weeks. I'll give you a solid 90-page script about Blade.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You know a lot about Blade?
That's why I need 2 weeks.
All right. Well, I think it was a solid discussion, and let's go ahead and call that a podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us in this lovely conversation. Who are you looking forward to playing as or maining in Marvel Tokon from Arc System Works in the near future? Connor, somewhat near future.
I wanted to prepare myself for this game. What should I play?
Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah. It'd be the most that and Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I can't just play more Street Fighter 6.
No. They would be very different.
Very different?
Very different.
Yeah. Yes. Also, that's why I think it's weird that you're pointing out MVC. Like, why not just play Guilty Gear?
Because it's the whole...
This is not going to play like MVC.
It's not, but it's more about the tag mechanics of how that would come into play.
Isn't there tag in Guilty Gear?
No. Oh, well, there is a multiplayer mode, but it's not the core of the game, whereas Marvel vs. Capcom is the core of the game.
I thought Guilty Gear was one of those things where like you pick like 2 or 3 characters and then you do like the support thing.
They added it later. It's a mode.
But it's traditionally...
It's not the main thing.
In other Guilty Gear games, it was not either. That was never in other Guilty Gear games.
Well, all right. Do your homework. Let us know what your favorite video game box art is, and let us know if you got Connor's 20 questions thing before we did. If you dropped the guest, drop it in the comments. Boys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and let's say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.